At 79, Hayley Mills finally tells the truth about Maureen O'Hara. Hayley Mills was born Hayley Catherine Rose Vivienne Mills on April 18, 1946 in London, England, into one of Britain's most well-known acting families. Her father, Sir John Mills, was a famous actor known for his amazing performance in movies like Great Expectations and Ryan's Daughter, while her mother, Mary Hayley Bell, was a talented playwright and novelist. Growing up in such an artistic home, Hayley was surrounded by creativity, storytelling, and acting from a young age. She was not only influenced by her parents' work achievements but also by their love for the arts, which shaped her sense of hard work and love for the craft of acting. Her early time around the stage and screen was both natural and inspiring, and it set the foundation for a career that would eventually make her one of the most loved child stars in movie history. Hayley Mills' entrance into the film world was nothing short of amazing. She made her screen debut at the young age of 12 in the British crime drama Tiger Bay 1959, acting alongside her father. Her performance was right away recognized for its emotional depth, natural charm, and realness, qualities rare in young actors. The film's success caught the attention of Walt Disney himself, who saw in Hayley a remarkable mix of innocence and intelligence, making her the perfect example of the kind of wholesome, spirited youth that characterized Disney's vision of family entertainment. It wasn't long before she signed a contract with Walt Disney Studios, marking the beginning of an amazing collaboration that would make her a global sensation. Her first Disney film, Pollyanna 1960, turned Hayley Mills into a household name. As the optimistic orphan who brightened the lives of everyone around her, she delivered a performance that was both heartfelt and shining. The role earned her the Academy Juvenile Award, making her one of the youngest recipients in Oscar history. Pollyanna remains one of Disney's most lasting classics, largely due to Hayley's natural ability to connect with audiences of all ages. Her acting captured the very essence of hope and kindness, leaving a permanent mark on the hearts of millions and defining her image as the perfect Disney heroine of the early 1960s. Following the success of Pollyanna, Hayley's stardom rose even higher with Parent Trap 1961, a film that showcased her amazing versatility, playing dual roles as identical twins, Susan and Sharon, separated at birth and reunited at summer camp. Hayley showed off perfect comedic timing, technical skill, and emotional understanding. The film was a landmark in both her career and film technology of the time, and it remains one of the most beloved family films ever made. Her performance displayed not only her charm, but also her growing skill as a young actress, capable of carrying a major Hollywood production almost single-handedly. Throughout the 1960s, Hayley Mills continued to delight audiences in a series of successful films, including In Search of the Castaways, 1962, Summer Magic, 1963, and That Darn Cat, 1965. Each of these films further solidified her reputation as Disney's golden girl, the perfect example of youthful innocence and wholesome adventure. However, as she got older, Hayley wanted to expand her horizons beyond her child star image. She took on more serious and varied releases, such as In the Family Way, 1966, which marked her transition into adult roles and showcased her depth and range as an actress. This period of her career showed her determination to be recognized not just for her charm, but for her craft. As she moved into the later decades of her career, Hayley Mills remained an active and respected presence in the entertainment industry. She appeared in numerous television dramas, stage productions, and independent films, consistently earning praise for her talent and being professional. In 2000, she was honored with the Disney Legends Award, recognizing her amazing contribution to the company's legacy and her role in shaping the magic of Disney's golden era. Beyond acting, Hayley has also been a vocal supporter for child performers, often speaking about the challenges of growing up in the spotlight and the importance of keeping a sense of identity and balance. In 1966, while filming The Family Way, 20-year-old Hayley Mills met 53-year-old director Roy Bolting, a man who had already established himself as one of Britain's most respected film acts. The relationship between the young actress and the much older director got public attention and controversy given their 33-year age difference and the fact that Mills was still thought of by many as the wholesome Disney child star from Pollyanna and Parent Trap. Despite public attention, Mills was drawn to Bolting's smarts, charm, and worldly sophistication, he in turn admired her youthful spirit, talent, and independence, qualities that had made her a household name since her childhood. Their romance deepened during the filming process, and though it was unusual, Mills saw in Baltingboth a teacher and a partner who encouraged her transition from child star to mature actress. The couple married in 1971, when Mills was 25 and Bolting was 58. They settled into a bohemian yet comfortable facility that reflected their artistic personality. They owned a fashionable flat in London's Chelsea district, a neighborhood long associated with artists, writers, and intellectuals, and also a countryside home at the beautiful Cobstone Windmill in Ibstone, Buckinghamshire. The windmill, sitting on a hill overlooking the English countryside, became one of their most iconic homes. The couple enjoyed country living, often entertaining friends from the entertainment industry and enjoying long walks through the scenic Chiltern Hills. However, despite their seemingly perfect life, differences in age, personality, and priorities began to strain their relationship over time. After several years together, they decided to part ways, finalizing their divorce in 1977. Their marriage, though brief, remained an important chapter in Mills's life. It represented her break from childhood stardom and her attempt to establish her own identity as an adult woman. During their marriage, Mills gave birth to their son, Crispian Mills, who would go on to make a name for himself in the music industry. Crispian inherited both his parents' artistic talent, his mother's love for performing, and his father's sense of creativity behind the scenes. He rose to fame in the 1990s as the lead singer, guitarist, and main songwriter for the British band Kula Shaker. Known for blending psychedelic rock with Indian musical influences, the band became one of the defining acts of the Britpop era, and Crispian's music showed a sense of spiritual curiosity and individuality, traits often connected with his famous mother. Despite the challenges of growing up in shadow of celebrity parents, Crispian built a successful career in his own right, and Hayley has often expressed pride in his artistic accomplishment after her marriage to Bolting ended. Mills entered a relationship with actor Leigh Lawson, a rising star in British film and television. Their romance, which began in the mid-1970s, was characterized by mutual artistic respect and emotional connection. In July 1976, they welcomed a son, Jason Lawson. Their relationship offered Mills a sense of unwed happiness and companionship after the emotional pain of her divorce. However, as both were deeply involved in their acting careers, their demanding schedules and different ambitions eventually took a toll on their partnership. By the early 1980s, the couple peacefully separated, choosing to focus on their individual paths while keeping respect for one another as co-parents and fellow performers. Following several years focused on her acting work and her family, Mills found love again later in life. Since 1997, her partner has been actor and writer Fergus Bamji, who is 20 years her junior. The two met while touring in a stage production of The King and I, in which they played the lead roles. Mills and Aaliyah Nowens and Bamji as the King. Their shared passion for theater and storytelling created a strong personal and creative bond. Unlike her earlier high-profile relationships, Mills and Bamji have kept a relatively private life together, preferring to stay out of the spotlight and focus on their craft. Their relationship, lasting and affectionate, reflects a deep emotional connection and mutual respect that goes beyond age and fame. As of 2023, the two remain partners, often working together and supporting each other's projects across theater and film. Their lasting companionship speaks to Mills's lifelong belief in love, resilience, and artistic expression. Having experienced the highs and lows of fame, marriage, motherhood, and heartbreak, Hayley Mills has found lasting peace in a partnership rooted in shared creativity, respect, and understanding. A fitting continuation of a life that has always been guided by both heart and artistry. After decades of keeping her thoughts mostly private, Hayley Mills, now 79, has opened up about her experiences working alongside the legendary Irish actress Maureen O'Hara, with whom she starred in Disney's beloved 1961 classic The Parent Trap. For years, fans have wondered about the bond between the young British star and the fiery seasoned screen veteran who played her on-screen mother. Now, Mills has decided to speak openly, offering rare insight into what it was really like to share the screen with one of Hollywood's most commanding figures. Maureen was a force of nature, Mills revealed. She was strong, direct, and totally professional. But beneath that of exterior was a woman with great warmth and a deep sense of compassion. Hayley recalls being just 14 years old when she first met O'Hara, a towering presence in every sense. Elegant, confident, and firm in her standards. I was terribly shy at that age, Mills admitted, and here was this magnificent woman with her blazing red hair and that unmistakable Irish voice. She filled a room the moment she entered it. O'Hara, who had already built an impressive career starring in classics like The Quiet Man and How Green Was Mivoli, was known for her strong will and refusal to be pushed around by Hollywood's male-dominated system. Mills admitted that at first she found O'Hara's confidence scary. She was never cruel or unkind, Mills said, but she expected everyone, no matter how young, to do their best. She didn't believe in doing things halfway. If you were on that set, you were there to work and to work well. But as the filming went on, the initial fear transformed into admiration. I realized how much she cared about the story we were telling. Mills explained, she wasn't just acting, she was living the part. Watching her was like a masterclass in presence and precision, every glance, every gesture meant anything. Mills added that O'Hara took the time to talk to her between takes, gently offering advice about the craft of acting and the challenges of growing up in the public eye. She said, "You have to know who you are, Hayley, before the world tells you who to be." I didn't understand it fully at the time, but I've carried that lesson with me ever since off-screen. The pair developed a quiet but real friendship, though O'Hara was by nature private and reserved when the camera stopped rolling. She didn't gossip or get involved in Hollywood nonsense. Mills shared she valued honesty above all. She had this incredible strength, a moral backbone that never wavered. Butch also had a wonderful sense of humor. I can still hear her laugh echoing across the set. According to Mills, O'Hara often lightened tense moments during filming, telling stories of her early days in Ireland or her adventures with John Wayne on location in arid landscapes of the West. She could make the whole crew laugh, and she had a twinkle in her eye that reminded you she wasn't as stern as people thought. Over the years, Mills said she came to understand the pressures O'Hara faced as a woman in Hollywood. She had to fight twice as hard for the respect that men received automatically, she reflected. People mistook her strength for arrogance, viewed it was survival. She demanded fairness and dignity, and that was something I came to admire deeply. Mills noted that O'Hara's example taught her how to handle the entertainment industry with confidence and self-respect. She showed me that you can be kind without being weak and firm without being cruel. That balance is something very few people ever master, but Maureen did now, looking back across decades. Mills speaks of O'Hara with both love and gratitude. I wish I had told her how much she influenced me when she was still here, Mills said softly. She shaped not just how I approached acting, but how he approached life with honesty, courage, and a bit of Irish fire. When O'Hara passed away in 2015, Mills felt the loss deeply. It was like losing a piece of old Hollywood, the kind of grace and strength that doesn't exist anymore. She was one of a kind. In thinking about their time together, Mills's tone becomes almost nostalgic. Whenever I watch The Parent Trap now, I see her face and remember the little things. The way she'd give me a reassuring smile before a difficult scene, or how she'd put her hand on Miss Holder and say, "You've got this, darling." Those memories, Mills says, are among the most treasured of her career. Maureen wasn't just a co-star, she concluded. She was a mentor, a protector, and a friend. Working with her was one of the greatest gifts of my life.